What is up, my tricksters? Welcome to episode 1 of Master Duel Monday on my channel. So basically what I'm going to be talking about is I'm going to be showcasing deck profiles and giving you guys uh, what are the updates of my progress on like the competitive stuff and or because some decks are going to take longer for me to like build because obviously I just kind of put everything into my favorite deck first. So we're gonna kind of go over everything, and then I'm gonna show you some really cool news. I'm sure you guys already saw it on Twitter uh, and Instagram if you follow me there. By the way, just check the end card if you want the ats on that. Before we get into anything, I want to go ahead and remind you guys where you can support me. You can do that by the Your Playmat link in the description, as well as my merch store. You can get my spring store link, and that's where you can get like artwork that I make and stuff. Put on a t-shirt, and you can get your own little tricksters symbol merch and all that stuff over there, so make sure you go check that stuff out. Alright, so let's go over this was the deck I decided to go with for my road to platinum. I honestly didn't think I was even gonna get there. I was shocked when I got to platinum in the first place. You know what, let me just go ahead and get this out of the way. We can go over that, but that's right. Ya boy is a platinum 1. I'm like so happy that I managed to get there. Let me tell you, that was a challenge. My God, that was so challenging. And I picked a strategy that was actually very viable. So let's go ahead and we'll go over the deck profile. So this was the deck that I went with. Alright, so you got your pretty standard stuff here. We got the dinosaur stuff. We also got Maxi because it's legal in there. I ran out of the ultra rare stones or points here to generate more, or actually this would be a playset. I wouldn't even bother with Ash Blossom. But yeah, I decided to do that, and I'm playing 41 because I'm paranoid about certain things. So there you go. There's the petite. We got the Shaddolls. We got Windy in here, Giant Rex, Double Dragon, because we got to get rid of that back row, because a lot of players on here are playing like back row heavy decks. Like Eldritch is a big time contender here. Like I think the big 3 decks that I came across the most were Eldritch, Tri-Brigade, and Drytron, and all 3 of them are freaking evil. And if you play those decks, you're the worst. I'm just saying, that was the most horrible thing on the planet, was playing against that, especially because they're one of duels. You don't get a match here. So you can't really side your silver bullets to get rid of those decks. Like, oh my God, it was worth. You have to main deck your silver bullets. Having Misk to 3 is actually really nice. There are actually a few times where I still wish I had triple Oviraptor, but honestly, I think this is probably the best. Like, obviously, 1 Amadorn and kind of equals that out. So you just kind of treat Amadorn like a 3rd Oviraptor. It's all leading to this guy anyway, no matter how you slice it. So, the Water Shaddoll monster Ariel here, so useful, getting rid of stuff out of the graveyard. There were times where I would get in the middle of grind games with PK Fire and with Eldritch, and Ariel would come in such clutch because I could banish their stuff before they actually had a chance to like really benefit off of it, or I'd force them to jump the gun. So this really came in handy a lot. Genius, not as powerful here as I would like him to be honest. The reason I play it is because Genius is kind of a pseudo negate. You target a monster on the field, and that monster can't even activate their effect. So either they got to shoot it now, or they won't get the opportunity to do so. This didn't come up as much as I would like it to have. I probably could have just played with Shaddoll Beast and got an extra card, but it is what it is. And also this deck, obviously, if you guys saw in the last video, this deck looks wildly different from the deck I had from the version of it I had before when I first was giving my thoughts on the application itself. Like I was playing like Megalomasher and I didn't have any hand traps and things like that, and now I have hand traps. Um, Overtext, because I'm playing the doll variant, you have to play Overtext. This is just the other half of it, you know. Then you got your Pankratops, another card I kind of wish we had more of, but you know, what are you gonna do? A Kaiju. This was definitely worth generating, and then we got Tyranno. Love this guy. Foolish Burial is literally whatever I need it to be most of the time. It can be a MST, it can be special summoning a Shaddoll from the deck, it can be a negation, or it can be soul release. There are times where all I needed it to be was to... There was one game I won by sending Miscellaneous directly from the deck to the grave and going for Aminadorn. Not even kidding. Double Evolution Pill did its job. Fossil Dig did its job. Shaddoll Fusion did its job. Dark Ruler No More. Never thought I'd see the day where I actually had to main deck this in a dinosaur deck. Oh man, there's so many critiques I'm gonna have about Master Duel. We're definitely gonna have to talk about that one in probably the next video. My critiques of Master Duel. Dark Ruler No More is really, really important for this deck. Like honestly, it's one it's just so important. Lightning Storm, most of the time I'm just using it as Harpy's Feather Duster, to be brutally honest. I rarely ever used it to blow up monsters. Like very rarely. Most like honestly, I could have this could have been Harpy's Feather Duster, and I don't think I would have noticed a difference. I think I can lower the Lost World count after doing all this work, because there were several games where I was just sitting there with like top decking Lost World and waiting to get something else. That was very frustrating. It's like, oh man, if this had just been any of my other cards. So actually, like, but I still need Lost World to combo off with Raptor. So I think I actually can bring this back down to 40 by you know, taking this down to 2. 2 also, by the way, 2 Super Poly, I'll actually get to something in a minute. 2 Super Poly, we have several targets. We'll target to them in a minute, and then we got your Cosmic Cyclone. This was the other card, like I said, I'm paranoid about. So basically, you got Cosmic Cyclone, you got Lightning Storm, and we got Shaddoll Dragon. Those were our outs to back row. For this particular format, 2 seems to be the magic number for a lot of cards. Lost World would have been better for me at 2. I can't imagine playing more than 2 Tyranno. The only cards I really wish I'd had 3 of were Oviraptor and Maxi, but that, like I said, Maxi is just something I'll have to work towards, because Team Sam made a talking point about like, oh yeah, you can get rid of these cards. Actually, no. If you get a free card from the game, like Ash Blossom, Lightning Storm, these cards cannot be dismantled. They just cannot. Like, you see how I can dismantle Tyranno right here by clicking on that, but if I go to Lightning Storm, it doesn't. See, yeah, that's the thing that Team Sam neglected to tell you. Yeah, you can't if it comes from a deck, or they just give it to you. Yeah, you can't dismantle it. It's very annoying because I have tons of cards that I really just cannot use, and I would love to dismantle. Like, what am I ever going to use this for, type of thing. Super Poly, like, Super Poly came in so clutch. This is another card I wish I had 3 of. And I wish I didn't have to main deck Dark Ruler no more. But, I had to main deck some of these cards because the decks that I was facing were just so, like, Dark Ruler no more and Super Poly were literally my outs to Drytron, because they just put up so much negation. Like, if I knew I was going to lose, if there's a handful of cards that you want to have if you're up against the Drytron deck. Maxi is one of them. Kaijus are really good, and cards that they just can't respond to. Super Poly, Dark Ruler No More, and Forbidden Droplets are also really good ones, especially if you can play monsters or cards that benefit off the send. Like, I think Shaddoll's trigger, and I think Burning Abyss, and I know Burning Abyss monsters trigger. So, and I think PK cards also don't care, because, like, you know, they just, you know, they activate in a separate chain. But yeah, there was a ton of times where it's like, I really needed cards like that to get over these very oppressive boards. And yeah, yeah. And there were a few games where it was like I had a few issues where like some of the cards just wouldn't do what I wanted them to do. Like there was one game where I was using Oviraptor trying to send Overtext and it added it to my hand even though I clicked no. It was very weird. I don't know if there was a bug in that one. I reported it. I don't think anything ever came of it, but you know. But that was just my personal experience. Okay, and then we got our Super Poly targets were Mud Dragon, Starving Venom, and Predaplant yeah, this one. The Predaplant something or other. It's 3 dark monsters. And then of course you have our Shadalls. These sometimes were also our Double Winda, our Apcalone, and our Construct. These two were sometimes these were also sometimes Super Poly targets. Honestly though, I think I can take out a Winda. To be honest, for however many times I summoned it, Winda was just not all that helpful. Then we got our Lagia and our Dolka. I finally did manage to get a hold of these. These were very, very welcome additions. Tornado Dragon, really good. The Timeless was also very helpful because, you know, there were times I just needed to draw more cards. Then we got our Drill Driver Vespanado, which is just wild. Wild how useful that card is. This card saved my butt so many times. It's kind of funny. Then we got Nightmare Phoenix and Pentastag and a card that we don't have yet, but it's coming. Track Black. This card gets comboed with Dark Ruler No More, and all of a sudden it doesn't suck all that much. Because one of the things that really sucked about Dark Ruler No More is that, yeah, you could attack stuff, but you couldn't get any advantage off of it. Well, with this, there's actually advantage to be gained because we go, okay, Dark Ruler No More, they're stunned, they can't do anything. So now we make Track Black, target Tyranno, we kill the whole board, and it's more draw power. It's just So, yeah. I'm ready for this card to come to the TCG because I actually have a playset of both of these cards, of Dark Ruler and Super Poly. So I have a feeling my Dino deck's about to get really powerful in the TCG once this card gets here. We'll see. This was a very heavy learning experience. There are so many things that in this game that I thought would be problems that weren't problems, and then there were cards that, and then there were vice versa things that I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. That's because that's not a really, you know, and honestly, this is gonna sound really bad, but like, you know, now I've started to think that the OCG and the TCG both have toxic cards in their card pools that need to be addressed. And I used to think that the OCG was fairer, but man. And then, like, there are cards like Max C here. Like, this card is really not as problematic as people were making it out to be. Yeah, this card's actually really fair. Especially, like, this card, I actually like this card better than I think I like cards like Nibiru, which would have been another option I was thinking about when I was generating cards, because, you know, I think this is fair because, like, you drop the Max C when they activate something to special summon, so you're guaranteed the one draw, so you don't lose any card advantage, right? And then your opponent decides, well, do they think they can overpower? Like, I took the Max C challenge several times and actually powered through. Like, literally, I just went, okay, Big Daddy Tyranno plus Timeless equals a 7,000 beat stick on a naked board. Just slap that dude. It was game over. Hi, if you don't got Battle Fader, I win. That's literally how that went. So anyway, guys, yeah, this is episode 1 of Master Duel Monday. We went with dinosaurs. We actually managed to make it to Platinum. Platinum 1. We really worked. I really worked hard for this. Achieving this rank was so hard, even with that deck you just saw. The decks that I came across were so powerful, and like I said, I think my next video is going to be me discussing the problems with Master Duel, the things that I think that need to be updated like as soon as possible, and then also I think that I might talk about some ban list things like that. But that's a video for another day. This is like, and by the way, you guys, you can follow me here. Here's my code and all that stuff. You guys want to follow me on Master Duel and play a few games. I'm really excited to see what I can come up with next. I think I will pick a different deck in the next one though, for Master Duel Monday. Because like and I named it Dino Go Burr. Yeah, you're gonna also that's gonna be something you're gonna see me do. I'm gonna definitely give all my decks funny little nicknames. So just giving y'all fair warning. You know, there's gonna be jokes. But yeah, this was uber fun. Like I said, I'm really excited to see what Konami does next with it. Like I said, there's some problems. There's some things that need to be fixed, but this was fun, very challenging, and definitely very thought provoking, and very definitely had me think outside the box. Like I'm almost tempted to go see how playing in the TCG is now with what I know now, and seeing if I can come up with something different for my own version of this for the TCG. But that's a whole nother video. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of Master Duel Mondays. This is going to be something that we're going to be definitely having as a mainstay on the channel, at least for the foreseeable future. We're going to do Master Duel Mondays. So anyway, guys, if you liked the video, leave me one of these. It'd be greatly appreciated. Share it with all your friends, and leave something in the comments below. Where this was the first thing, like, you know, leave me ideas on how to improve this. And yeah, if you're new to the Ben 10,000 yugioh channel, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I want the subs to match my name. So if you guys can really help me achieve that, oh my god, it would mean so much to me. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of y'all's hair. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.